Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be showing you all of the overpowered nano powers in the new Brawl Stars update. So, what you probably don't know, nano powers will be available from the nano drops. You can get right here. And in these nano drops you have a chance of getting a nano power. Now there's 4 different types. There's the baseline for like Jelly, Nita, all the way up to Gus. So rare, super rare, and starting brawlers. Then there's the augmented powers for every single brawler up to epic. Then there's the cybernetic powers, which are for every single mythic brawler. And then the quantum powers for all of the legendaries and ultra legendary brawlers. So let's get into the most overpowered ones. Okay guys, so for our first mutation, which is overpowered, I think it's going to have to be Ash. So basically, if I were to attack right here, it still hits them. It gives him aimbot. I can shoot down here, it still hits them. Shoot up here, it still hits them. It's so overpowered. Let's move on to the next ability. Okay, next up on our list is definitely going to have to be Larry and Lottery. So what his ability can do is he can spawn infinite lorries. So look, we're just going to get that super back again. Now what I can do is I can spawn another one, but it respawns. So there's 2. And I can spawn another one, but now there's 3. And basically, you can keep on ramping up more Larry and lorries. You just keep respawning. So we have a whole army of lorries. Now I'm gonna cut to when we have a bunch of them. Okay, so now we have quite a lot of lorries, as you can see. Not sure how many there is, but I can just keep on hitting this super button and more will spawn. Look how many there is. Now let's move on to the next ability. Okay, the next ability I'm going to show is Meeple's ability. Now what this thing can do is it can spawn his super area, but it will stay there forever. So we can just spawn another one. Let's go straight. You're supposed to be able to go straight through the walls. But yeah, it spawns many of his super. So you can just keep on spawning. You can just walk through the walls forever. It's pretty overpowered.
Critical success! This violates the player agreement.
You could probably just sit in a wall all game. Oh well, let's move on to the next overpowered ability. Okay, so if I can stop this, basically, Globert's attack can now work through walls. This does not mean that you can attack something like through a wall, but his tethering ability can go through walls. Basically, you can just sit behind the wall and kill people as long as you attack them and as long as they don't run away. But you can't like shoot them through the wall. That doesn't work. You can only shoot them when you're close to them, and then you can go behind the wall, which I think is pretty OP. Let's move on to the next one. Okay guys, for the next overpowered ability, it's going to be Spike's ability. And what Spike can do is when he dies, he can respawn as a cactus, which I think has more health. I'm not too sure though. It's kind of like a joke skin, but it's also kind of like a cool one as well. It's quite overpowered. Moving on to the next ability. Okay guys, so this next ability that I'll be showing is Sirius's ability. So basically every 8 seconds he can spawn another shadow, which can be very overpowered eventually. So I'm pretty sure, I believe you can have up to 5 shadows. No, so you can have up to 6 shadows. Yeah, I think it's up to 6. Yeah, it's up to 6 shadows, but this can be really powerful in some game modes, which makes it kind of OP. Well, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if there's any overpowered abilities that I missed, please make sure to drop them in the comments, and I could do a part 2 later on. So please just like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.